Hi friends, it's Tracy from the Financial Freedom Diary, and today we are back to close out my budget in every dollar. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe below. Thank you to everybody who have been subscribing. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you to everybody who have been with me since I first started out, and y'all came along the way when y'all found me getting out of debt. I appreciate you guys so much. We're going to get started setting up a savings fund in every dollar. You guys asked me that question, and it's not, to me, it's not hard, but it is a couple of steps that if you don't do it, it sometimes doesn't work. And I had to learn that when I started. So, what I did was click on add item, and then I'm going to add a label. So, in February, I'm going to add taxes, and I'm going to type in income so I don't get confused. All right, and then over to the right-hand side, paycheck planning, that's something that's new and that's for the premium version. You can set due dates in here. And so I can set my due date for this one to be like, if I want it every month, I can set it for the 1st to 15th or something like that. On this one, I'm not going to set one. I'm not going to set one because the whole thing is due April 15th. Um, so I'm not going to do that right now. Now, for this fund, because I don't know if you notice over here, you see that I have taxes, and I'm gonna click out of that, right? And so you can see self-care, sons medical, and electronics, travel fund. All of these have a little piggy bank right on the outside, but my taxes don't. So I want that piggy bank on my taxes. So that way, whatever dollar amount I put on there when I create my budget for the next month, it carries over that balance. I've already created March, so I'm going to see what's going to happen here. But here we're going to hit this, click the set drop down, and then make this a fund. And so my original balance, you can type in, let's say you already got a pre-existing account. You will want to type in what the original balance is if this is your first time setting that up. Since I don't have any money in there right now, I don't need to put anything in, but you can type in the original amount. And then you can also make like a target amount. So for me, my target amount is $1,000 in this particular fund. And then I can save that. I also can add a note for myself that this is all due April 15th. Gotta pay Uncle Sam here. And so you'll see the carryover balance. And that's like if it was already set up in January, then that balance will roll into this month. And then the plan amount is what I would have put in for the current amount. And so like I could add like $100 over here and see how the plan amount that changes. Now, I don't know if this is going to automatically update, and I'm going to remove that $100 because that doesn't belong in my budget for February. So that's why you saw that go red. I don't know if it's going to automatically update March. I'm curious. And so we see how I don't see it. So let's see. I'm going to add it in here. And hopefully I type this exactly the same. Income. I should have checked that out, shouldn't I? But yeah, I had already made this and I'm like, dang habit. Should I done it? We're gonna make that a fun just to make sure that transition's over. I'm gonna leave that alone. Do I want to go ahead and let me make that target $1,000? And so there. And so my original balance would have been like whatever I put in last month. So I'm going to put $100. I'm going to see if this messes up though. My brain says this might mess up. But let's see. So I'm going to put another $100 out of March's budget. And I'll have the balance at $200. So there we go. Now, one of the more difficult things that I always have is the tracking when I spend from my sinking funds. My cash envelopes, I document that with the cash envelope tracker. My sinking funds, I document that on paper with my sinking funds tracker. Sometimes I forget to go and put these transactions in here. To me, the easiest thing to do is to come in here and create a transaction. So I'm going to click this plus sign and add a transaction. And let's say I paid my taxes, we'll say March 8th, and then track the expense. And there, so you see it has my carryover balance, which was $100, my plan for this month, which was $100, and then I paid my taxes on the 8th for $200. And so what I have available is zero. There's a couple of ways that you can do it. That the way you just saw me do it is the absolute easiest way to do it. But sometimes you will see me do it a little bit more complex, especially when I'm planning ahead for something that an expense that I know is coming out. You'll see me take the money out of the sinking fund and then put a line in my income for whatever it is that I'm taking out. And let's say I don't know for sure, but I got to pay something, it's around 250. And so I'll take out 250 from that fund in my income section, add 250. And then once I get the bill, I'll check and see what it is. And let's say it's 245. I'll come to a certain section, maybe lifestyle, plug in that bill item name and then put 245 and then adjust down the 245, the 50 to 245 up here, and then adjust it in that category zone. In this case is taxes. That's a little bit more complicated, but this is the simplest way. What you just saw me do, that was the simplest way to do it. It just makes my life so much easier. Just to do it that way, it just makes it where I don't have to do a lot of explaining, especially when I do the videos. And so I'm going to reset this stuff and get these things out of here, so that way it can delete that, and that is gone. And so I'll make sure I save this portion separately so you guys can access this on its own. All right. So now we're going to reset this taxes back to zero. I'm going to make another one too. I'm going to make my household, not household, but my home down payment fund. I don't know what this one is going to be, so I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to make it a fund. And so I'm not going to add anything to it right now, because once my $5 challenge gets up to the 500, then I'll be taking that to the bank. So this one doesn't have an original balance or anything. So it's just going to be sitting at zero for right now. Now, let's jump into all these transactions that I got. So the first thing we're going to do is start with my income for the month of February. And I had already loaded my transactions from December because you guys know I get paid on the last business day of the month. And sometimes that correlates to the last day of the month, and sometimes it don't. Homeboy from across the way. It got cool today. It rained a little bit. And so for my full-time job, my total for the month was $56.66, $28.33 per paycheck. And now I am looking for my cash envelopes, the savings for 137. I'm going to drop that into that bucket. And let's see if I created one for the 150 in rent for February. I think he's out there crying now. But I gotta focus, right? Gotta focus. As annoying as I think that dog is, I don't want him to be out there crying. All right. All right. So let's get to the housing. And so my rent, I paid $1786.23. And I actually paid that on the day that I verified that my check is in my account. So I'm going to adjust my plan amount. 1783 is 1786.23. I don't know what I be saying sometimes because I just be talking. And so now I have $1377 left to budget. Now I'm also going to find my internet. That's $117. And I have been looking to see if I can find anyone else who offers internet in this area. And so far, so good. I haven't found another company in this area. But I tried. My utilities were $2.96. I knew that cold snap was gonna get it. It was something else. Just under 300 to MLGW, and then my cell phone bill was $70.99. And I know you guys were like I should shop my plan and stuff like that. I did hear that T-Mobile had a 55 and up type plan where you get a discount and turn 55. I can wait. But no, I haven't had a chance to look and see what's available now that I'm down to two phones. I think March is going to be my last full bill. And so I want to see how that all shakes out. Then I can start making moves and checking things. Now I put gas for $40 on the 5th. Let me check. Let me check something. I write down throughout the month, I write down on paper what I'm spending out of my account. So like $40. $21.15. And let's make sure I don't have another one right after that one. Oh, it's the 21st. So this is it. Did I plan on going to Kroger? Must have. I don't know. 21.15. And that was on, come on, little date selector, 2/8. And that was marathon. If I can get my son to do it, I'll let him take the car out. Just give him my debit card. He's been Tracy for a very long time. Just makes my life easier. Okay, and so let's see what other gas transactions I have. Yeah, sometimes he goes to see his brother, and sometimes my youngest son to come here. So that looks like all I spent in gas was just those two. Huh. Just drag and drop that one. I really don't go anywhere. So 49.63. I do go to work. They're supposed to be requiring us to come in for like a collaboration day twice a month or something like that. So I don't know when that's going to start. So for me, that's in addition to when I already come in. Or I can move that day around. We'll see. I may have just made that up for myself, so don't listen to me. Next things is my food. So I'm going to go to the cash envelope. So now I need to look at my budget and see how. Sorry if I made a lot of noise near the microphone, but I need to look at my budget for February and see how that worked out. Come on, turn, baby, turn. All righty, so it's my cash envelopes. And let's put my groceries, and then I'm going to add restaurants. So this is my dining out. And my household. Cash that I have with me for all the little knick-knack, bric-a-brac little things I like to buy, or my little containers for my meal prepping. You can get them like at $5 at Walmart. Kroger has some too. Kroger has some nice ones. Personal. All right, so let's put in 600, and this was February, so 60 And that was my first time not using that money. I was like, oh, Tracy, go, Tracy, go. All right. And so all of that is spent up. So I'm going to track all of that. There. Now, so that takes care of the food category with me splitting that up for the cash envelopes. So those two are taken care of. And now my household is taken care of. My personal is taken care of. And now my son's savings. So that's 120. So it's just $60 a piece. I buy them gas. Or maybe I play. No, it's my oldest son is the one with the Netflix account. I may pay his Netflix bill. Wrong bucket. So whenever you do what I just did, you can click on a category, go to that item, click on it once, and then you can remove that by clicking on this little red minus if it works for me. And then you can find the category you want, or you can close it out and then drag and drop. I don't trust myself anymore, so I'm going to do this way. 285 is my identity theft protection. Yeah, they let me know all the changes and stuff. I also have Credit Karma. Um, that came in handy when someone got like cell phones through Xfinity Mobility in my name. And that happened when I was doing YouTube because I was like, what? And it just like pinged me from there. And then I think Credit Karma told me maybe a day later, but I was already researching it at that point, trying to figure out what the charges were. And that person, I think it was all the way through like 2020 and stuff, they had stopped paying their phone bill, but they was still emailing me what was going on with their account. And I still had to contact them to make sure they weren't putting that stuff under my name, even though they were emailing me that person's stuff. And they finally stopped. But yes, it was a whole mess. A whole mess. Okay, so I'm checking through my transactions to make sure I got everything from January. The only thing that should be left from February should be my identity theft, health insurance, and my pay, as well as the money that will go to my sons from February 28th, which is part of the March budget. It's not a part of February. And that's my March transactions here. So you can see on my budget, I have $175.89 left to budget. And so let's go through and we're going to look at these savings. I always say them for last when I get done, just to check all the things and make sure I got that right. All right. Did I bring a calculator? Of course I didn't. I could just reach over here and get it, but I don't feel like making all that noise. So Christmas and gifts was supposed to be 160, subscriptions, and these subscriptions are 40, my clothing is 10, and my cushion is 0 because I'm not adding to that. I have about 295.40 sitting in my checking account. So I should expect to have about 200 and something when all the bills and everything, the savings and everything get moved around. That should be about where that sits. And that's comfortable for me. Medical is 60. Um, Insurance is 130, and car maintenance is 100. Household is 100. Double checking my numbers. And electronics is 50. All right, so that means I have $175.89 that I can add to my emergency fund. So I started out with 1830, and I'm adding 175.59. And I'm checking on paper to see if I change something up. So that was $2,005.59. 89 cents. I swear. I'm wearing glasses. This is why I need to go to the eye doctor, because I'm like, what the heck? I work real hard not to curse right then. But there we go. And so, yay, I'm to 12,000. So yeah, and that was the savings goal for the month of February, was try to get to 2,000. I know March is not gonna be like that, but yeah, and I've already created my March budget in here, and so I am good there. I'm prime, ready to go. And so I'm going to make my life a little bit easier by dragging and dropping my salary from the 28th in here, 2833. And then I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop these two. So that way I don't have anything with these three. I don't have anything there, because I always have to remember when I launch it to load the previous month's transactions. For some reason, I'll freak out like first sight. Identity theft. Let's see if we can put this in the right bucket. And then my health insurance, which I need to contact the rental company about my renter's insurance. So that's another note I need to make for myself. There. So now that empties out February. So I don't have to worry about all that. And so you guys asked me, how do I track my savings? I track my savings in EveryDollar. And so I can look at this summary. And so this tells me what I'm projected to save for the month of March. I actually need to adjust something. I just thought of something with March, because March copied February. So March is not accurate at all. Remember, this month I'm actually adding money to my taxes. And so that means I need to reduce. Let's make sure I don't have anything here. And see how it has that carryover balance. And that's from me messing with that. So what I'm going to do is an adjustment here. That way to jog my memory why I put that in there. Because it was showing that $100 that I had, like that was like a starting balance on there, and there's no way. That's why I was looking forward to see if there was a way for me to go through and fix all of that, and I couldn't fix it. I didn't know about going here. Oh, ding dong, there we go. I should have clicked on that. Let's see if that drug it to the negative. Let's save it and let's see. That should have put it in negative. It did. See how that turned red over here to the left, and it's a negative here. Now we're just going to take that and we're going to delete this one. Alrighty, so back to 0. There we go. And so for the month of March, this is $1,000. Almost forgot I had to set this up. I was about to be like, bye y'all. Let's look at these funds here. So gifts is going to get 160. Subscriptions is going to get 40. Clothing is going to get 10. Car maintenance is going to get 100. Car insurance, renter's insurance is 130. Household is going to be 80. I wonder if I'm going to have to raise that back up. Um, Electronics is going to be 50. And so you see, I'm 980 over budget. And so what did I project to be my emergency fund was 798. So I'm $52 left to budget. So the cash envelope savings, it wasn't $137 that I'm adding into March. It was technically 80. Should have been 86, but it was 80. I took $6 and I put it into my little fund for my savings challenges. This is where the money comes from. So I took the ones and I put it in there, and it's just the $80 that went into this month's cash envelopes. So that's $80 on $5 over budget. And let's see if I got anything else over here. No rebates. Utilities. I'm going for 275. See, rent 1800, cell phone 75, internet 120, and gas for my car 200. Groceries 600. Um, Restaurants for the monthly budget I had put 60. I'm gonna leave that alone for now, but we know I adjusted it down to 20. Household, personal, kids. Winners. So that's that. So that $20 that's left over, and it's going to be a little bit more than this. So it's going to be what, 808 or 8. It's not 808, 811, 8, 818. Dang it. This is what I get for reading Fitbit updates. 718. I swear I'm going to focus in 2 seconds. Now I got an EveryDollar budget. Now. But yeah, so some of my savings is going to go into the taxes. I can't get 2,000 to go to that emergency fund, but that's just them are the breaks. Because my taxes, I'm not sure because my income did go up from. So I think we got a raise last year, so my income's going to go up, and so that means my taxes is going to go up, and so I got to be prepared for it, right? So just take it as it come. Take it as it come. But thank y'all so much for watching. I am set up for February and I am reconciled and closed out for the month of February. My Fitbit is buzzing me right now to get up and get some steps. I just wish it wasn't so bossy. But anyway, I will make sure I clip that very first part for setting up the savings. You guys got to see how I had to adjust it to get rid of the $100 that's starting out at the very end. But yeah, I'm going to make sure I separate that for you. And I will talk to you guys again on Saturday when we close out. Not close out. We got to reconcile March for my cash envelopes. So week one went good, went good. I was not in the mood for all that cooking, but I made it simple for myself this week. And so, but I stayed on the budget and I don't even know how because I need to pull out a calculator. And normally I need to pull out a calculator. But oh, that's what I meant to show y'all. Savings, the summary. Sorry, y'all. Whew, I swear I have ADD or something. So y'all asked me how I track my savings. And do I use like Excel or something like that? I don't. EveryDollar in the free version has this cute little graph right here, so you can see the percentages that actually go to housing, what goes to your savings, and whatever categories that you pick to have. And so those buckets are these names I have right here. So like savings, and so my savings for the month of February was 2655.89. So that is the emergency fund plus what I put into my sinking funds, because they're all together, which is about 45% of my income. So I cannot complain about that. So yay. I think I used to send that in debt payments, y'all. Oof. Yeah, used to go to pay debt. Amazing. But I get to keep it now. So thank y'all so much for watching. I will talk to you guys again on Saturday. Sorry, this is all over the place. But yeah, I'm a little scatterbrained today and most days. Y'all have a great one and y'all take care of yourselves. Bye.